Go.
Hello, my name is Soren.
And my name is Vehd. We're both students at the Eastside Preparatory School in Kirkland, Washington. We use the teacher panel as an opportunity to understand what it is like for both teachers and students during online school and the transition to in-person school.
From the teacher panel, our main takeaways were that technology is a very useful tool if used correctly, although when used incorrectly, it can disrupt an entire class. The internet has so much information at the tip of our fingers, but that also means much more distractions. And it is impossible for one teacher to supervise 20 students at once with the current technology. Additionally, group projects and various learning formats are key to active learning. According to the teacher panel, according to a teacher panel, to keep students engaged, they need a mix of learning styles because everyone learns in a different way.
Finally, we wanted to build a community within the classroom and make everyone feel more connected. When students don't feel comfortable, they are less likely to participate, thus negatively impacting their overall learning. After taking in all of this and implementing it into our solution, we prototyped a software which allows teachers to supervise students, presents various learning formats for students, and act as a universal technology platform to interconnect the whole classroom.
Vehd and I designed 4 different mock-up screens of our software, School App, to give you guys an idea on how School App would work.
First, we'll start with the teacher dashboard screen. It is comprised of a schedule right here with a list of classes the teacher has for the day. Clicking on classes displays more information about it, like the materials and the class roster. As you can see, scientific thinking 1 is selected here, indicated by this triangle. And you can see the list of students in the middle column. And on the right side, there's material list as well. Furthermore, below the material list, there's a general to-do list, just to help the teacher stay organized. The to-do list is organized by date and can contain anything from talking to a student about late homework or emailing a parent.
On the right column in the middle, there is a list of students and some additional information on the right side. There are 3 icons. The first icon represents assignments, the second icon represents the computer status, and the third icon represents if a student is absent or present. The 3 different colors, green, yellow, and red. Green indicates that everything is fine. Red would indicate a missing homework assignment or a computer not working, or maybe a student is absent. And yellow would represent a computer is updating, an assignment is late, and yeah, that is the first screen.
Now, finally, the profile pic and settings exist in the upper corner for the teacher.
Now on to the second screen. This is the view for a scenario where the teacher is teaching a PowerPoint and is also discussing with the class. On the left-hand side, we have a roster of students, which also functions as a chat with each student. Above that, there is a whole class chat for students to ask questions, and even above that, there are 2 buttons. One lets the student access their materials, and the other one lets the teacher view their to-do list. At the bottom of the screen, we have a number of live thumbnails that show each student's screen.
Our software would use an AI program to identify student screens that were off task. As you can see, they have been moved to the beginning of the list so the teacher can see them clearly. Here we have a student who's chatting, and here we have a student who's gaming. At the top of the screen, there is a back to dashboard button for the teacher to be able to return to the dashboard. And there's also an end class button for the teacher. There's also a countdown timer so the teacher can see how long is left in the class. And then in the middle of the screen is whatever the teacher is teaching. It can be any screen on the teacher's computer, or it can be an application built in the school app, like perhaps PowerPoint or OneNote.
Next, the third screen displays the student view when looking at the teacher presentation. The main portion of the screen is the content that the teacher is presenting. The bar on the right-hand side has one-on-one chat with the teacher as well as a whole class chat. Below that are the student notes for the student to take notes, and when the notes button is clicked, it expands to give the student more space to take notes. Finally, below that there is a raise hand function as well as some reactions just for fun.
This is finally our last screen. This is a teacher view for a group work scenario. The top bar of the screen includes an end class button, as seen in previous pages, and settings for the teacher. The main section of the screen shows students organized by their groups. Next to each student name is the website that they are currently on. Then there is a pause screen option, which freezes the student screen, and a view screen button that brings up a pop-up which shows a live view of the student screen. On the left-hand side,
On the right-hand side, there is a class roster organized by groups. Clicking on the group name will open up a chat for the group. Clicking on a student's name will open up an individual chat for an individual one-on-one chat. Above that, there are two buttons for the teacher. Again, one to access the materials and the other one to access their to-do list.
thank you. This is our presentation.